Hello. Oh, it's working. Okay. Mama, bum bum ba-dum ba-dum. Bum bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum. Bum bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum. Ba 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 da dum da dum. Oh do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum. Okay, I'm uber loud. Alright, perfect. Okay, I'm really annoying too. Alright, we're gonna do this. Using your notes, answer the following questions. Describe and explain the difference between and the new and old Canadian food guide. Emphasis on eating a lot of carbo. Oh wait, should I have that up? Keyboard is back here. New food good. There we go. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. The other one was the old one. That's the no, that's not the old one. That's the revised one. That's a really old one. Okay, let's go. The new one has a lot of vegetables. A focus on grains and greens. It also tells you to try alternatives to meat shit. Use other things. And don't eat as much meat. This is all the meat compared to all the veggies. Look at all that. Use all of these to get your protein. You must drink water as your choice. The old one, where's the old one? Dude. Bruh, this is the old one. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. The old one put a lot of emphasis on things like carbohydrates, grain products such as bread. Most of our diet was made to be part of carbohydrates and shit. That wasn't really. Whoa. What happened? Oh, did I hit pause? Oh, I did. I was like, how did I do that? Vegetables and fruits were the second main thing. Milk products were also important. Meat and alternatives were last. That is the difference. Emphasis on eating a lot of carbohydrates such as bread. Recommended things like carbohydrates, putting less emphasis on protein, more emphasis on eating healthier foods such as greens, fruits, and whole grains with waters, putting emphasis on a plant-based protein such as lentils, beans, greens, and peas, prioritizing plants and eating whole grains. All carbs are whole grains. Outline and describe the different life cycles and the nutrients requirement for each. For one life cycle, provide the appropriate healthy. Oh my god. Yeah, so choose one. outline, right?
Outline and describe the different life cycles and the nutrition requirements for each. For one of the cycles, provide an appropriate healthy recipe with ingredients and the rationale.
For stage 1 of infancy, at the end you should try to give them oatmeal. Blueberry oatmeal, 1 cup of oats, yes please. Blueberry, cinnamon, and vanilla. Extract of vanilla bean. The maple syrup on top. 1 cup of water. Or milk, oh yes please. Oatmeals are softer and safer for toddlers to eat. It's filled with many healthy ingredients. For example, oats provide fiber. Blueberries have vitamin C and K. Cinnamon helps with blood sugar. I'm going to have that read to me.
Blueberry oatmeal is a good and easy meal to make for the infant. It's mushy and soft, so your child can have little to no problems when eating it. The nutritional value this dish provides your child is ideal for keeping them happy and healthy. Plus, its bright purple color will be sure to catch the attention of your child. Stage 2. Childhood. Peanut butter and banana sandwich. 2 tablespoons.
Just going to reread the question.
Outline and describe the different life cycles and the nutrition requirements for each. For one of the cycles, provide an appropriate health.
Sorry. Just need to check something on the PowerPoint. Grade 12 student. Let's go to food nutrition. Test review. Okay. Alright, sorry, I want to pull up this. Oh, shit. Alright, ready? Infants normally breastfeed to get a special type of fat, protein, and it's easier to digest it and absorb antibodies. Yes, please. Lactose, who have lactose intolerance. The first 12 months, 4 to 6 babies. You want to introduce cereal, vegetables, and fruits at this stage. You can introduce commercial baby food or unseasoned. Okay. 5 to 6 months. Start planning meats. Start. Does it not play?
Start plain meats which have more iron and protein. Soups and meals with a combinations of meats, vegetables, grains, and fruits can be worked in slowly.
Okay. Alright. Infants from 9 to 6 month old. They can integrate foods such as toast, teething crackers, etc. Nine to 12 months. Soft food. Chopped up or mashed foods. Avoid hard foods. 9 to 12 months. Let me check out the. Let me see. There was there has to be shit, what's it called? Let me go back to this and I'll remember. Is there anything here? What was I just thinking? I was just thinking about something. Oh, breakdown. Test breakdown. Is there no breakdown? There's no breakdown. Test breakdown. Said there was a test breakdown. I don't know where he's talking about. Okay. No. Unless it's in content. Let's see. Come on. Where's content? There's nothing. Great to know. Thank you, Mr. Teacher Man. I know he told me there was a thing. Here it is. 15 points. Okay, that's not too bad though. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, I gotta go for a pee-pee break. I will be right back, but I will be reviewing on my way there. Hi. I'm back. Okay. Luckily I forgot this. Now I'm adding it, great. And then okay, give me a sec. Okay. Let's do this. Put that there. Make sure I drag that over. Place it there. Oh shit. 1 second. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so generally you want to start introducing cereal, blah, 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 blah. This is around. Okay. Okay. Stage. Yep. Okay. What's the weather like tomorrow? It's not going to rain. Okay. Okay. Generally, with infants, you want to give them, from the 4 to 6 month range, generally. From 4 to 6 months, you want to introduce cereal, vegetable, and fruits. This is at this stage. You can introduce common commercial baby food or unseasoned mashed foods. Infants 5 to 6 months. Start planning meals to have more iron and protein, soups and meals with combinations of meats, vegetables, grains, and fruits. 5 to 6 months. 9 to 6 months, you can start with toast and teas and crackers. You may want to introduce sippy cups filled with water. 9 to 12 months, you can serve babies table food that are chopped up or mashed. Avoid hard foods such as nuts, popcorns, raw vegetables. Only soft foods right now. At the end of the year, small cut up pieces of food. Stage 1. Infancy. 1 cup of oats, mashed blueberries, cinnamon, and vanilla, and milk or water. Oatmeal is a soft, safe dish for toddlers to eat. They may have healthy ingredients that can benefit your child. For example, oats provide fiber. Blueberries have vitamin C. Cinnamon can help with blood sugar and dioxin. Peanut butter sandwich. Okay, we're just going to copy and paste this here. At this stage, they can offer the same foods as the rest of the family. Wait, what? That's infancy. Children have smaller appetites because their small stomachs are smaller. You don't want to restrict nutrients and good fat if your children are hungry. Let them eat. Peanut butter sandwich. It provides fiber, potassium, and other things. It is really good. It's a nutritious meal for anyone that is a child. It's also small to compensate for their small appetite. Teens, alright, what's the teens experience? Their second most rapid growth rate in their life. Females will grow 10 inches and gain around 40 to 50 pounds. Males will grow 12 inches and will gain around 50 to 60 pounds. Growth spurts require calcium. 50% of our bones are built up during this period. Okay. Fit twice second most rapid growth period in our life. £60. Adulthood. 8 eggs and veggie scramble. 6 eggs. Adulthood. What do you need? Adulthood needs. Adulthood is when obesity rises. Others is important. Okay. I think I'm good. Alright. Which foods do not have a new food label? Fresh fruits and vegetables. Raw meats, poultry, fish, and seafood. Foods prepared or processed at the store. Baked items, sausage, and salads. Foods that contain few What purpose do food labels? Understanding food fact labels on a food item can help you make healthier choices, and understanding the label is meant to break down the amount of calories, carbs, fats, fibers, proteins, and vitamins per serving of food, making it easier to compare the nutrition of similar products. What does the daily DV mean? What the fuck? Sorry, I just want to go. This was nutrition's labels. Break down the amount of calories, carbs, fats, fibers, protein, and vitamins per serving, making it easier to serve. Gonna look that up on Google. Point of them is to compare what is healthier. What is the purpose? Okay. What is the purpose of the Daily Valley percentage serving? used to determine whether is a little or a lot of nutrients, and the amount of food a benchmark to evaluate the nutrients contents of food based on the recommended for a healthy diet. Determined whether there is a lot or a little or a lot of nutrients in the amount of food. A benchmark to evaluate the nutritional contents of the food based on the recommended. Let's do this better in simple terms. Just want to make sure. It shows you what is the daily value, how much of your daily value of that specific item you are getting. It helps you determine how much of your daily value of that certain nutritional serving are you getting. How are ingredients listed? Under ingredients, list them. List all ingredients, foods by weight, from the most to the least. Is a source of information.
How are ingredients listed? Under the ingredients list on an item. Lists all of the ingredients for a food by weight, from the most to the least. Ingredients: whole grain rolled oats, sugar, high monounsaturated canola oil,
is a source of information for certain nutritions. Is a source of information for people with food allergies. Yes. Why are ingredients listed? Reading. Reading the ingredients list is both important and useful. It can help you check if food products have certain ingredients. Avoid, in this case, a food allergy or intolerance. List and describe the 7 types of nutritional claims. Are regarded statements made when a food meets a certain criteria. They are Okay, I'm gonna go sit down. Sitting down. I don't need my typey. Ow. Oh. Ow. Okay. Move, Mr. Bean Cat. Oh. Okay. Alright, sit. Alright. Let's see. This one's still about nutrition, right? 7 types of nutritional claims that's here. Okay, this one. 7 types of nutritional claims. I think this is what I should have had. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Just gonna copy it. Yeah. And I'm just gonna have to make the thing smaller. You see? Alright. Bump it up. Yep. Yeah, you're fine. Okay, we're gonna just scrunch you up a little bit. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing with you. Okay, let's go over here. You're gonna fucking be pissed. Okay. I hate when this happens and it's all fucking Google's fault too. What the hell? I don't understand how this one's so much different. I'm gonna lower down my headphones. Alright. Just gonna check up on that. Alright. 7 types of nutritional claims. Free, nothing, or hardly any of these nutrients. An example: sodium free. Low is in a small amount. An example is low fat, and reducing is at least 25% less of the nutritional compared to a similar product. An example is reduced calories. That can be used on food. Light can be used on foods that are reduced or reduced in calories. Source contains significant amounts of nutrients. An example is a source of fiber. High or good sources contains high amounts of nutrients. An example of high vitamin C. High, very excellent source contains very high amounts of nutrients. An example is an excellent source, calcium. Yes. Who developed health claims on labels? Generally, claims are generally developed by a third-party organizer, by corporations. Consumers should not solely rely on General health claims to make informed food choices. When reading a label, what does Canada Health recommend? Compared. Oh shoot. This is it. This is it. I'll do that later. Consumers should not solely rely upon health claims to make informed decisions on food. When reading labels, what does Health Canada recommend compared to the nutrition? Okay.
When reading labels, what does Canada Health recommend? Compare the nutrition facts table on food labels to choose products that contain less fat, saturated fat.
Compare the nutrition fact label on the food label to choose products that contain less fats, less saturated fats, trans fats, sugars, and sodiums. The calories and nutrients listed are for specific amounts of food found at the top of the nutritional facts table. When reading labels, what does Canada Health recommend? Compare the nutritional fact table on food labels to choose products that contain less fat, less saturated fat, trans fat, sugar, and sodium. The calories and nutrition listed are for specific amounts of food found at the top of the nutrition table. The dictionary definition of raw food as uncooked food being natural, the dictionary defines raw food as uncooked being natural condition, not processed or refined. These foods are alive until the moment we eat them. They give us the same energy and virtual.
They give us the same energy and vital life force that increases our health and make us strong. What are some examples of raw foods and 5 health benefits? Fruits.
What are some examples of raw foods and 5 healthy benefits? Fruits, vegetables, and other food items from their natural state of being alive or recently deceased. Examples of broccoli, cabbage, onions, asparagus, spinach, and meat/fish/poultry. And 5 healthy benefits. Raw foods contain enzymes and vitamins that are destroyed when exposed to high temperatures. I don't think I did that one right either. Protein, no, raw. Okay, let's see this one. Alright. Raw food contains enzymes and vitamins that are destroyed when exposed to high temperatures. The raw food rule is not to heat above 40 to 47 Celsius if you want to protect heat-sensitive nutrition. Raw foods can help boost our immune system. Alright, ready? What are some examples of raw food and 5 healthy benefits? Fruits, vegetables, and other items from their natural state of being alive or recently deceased. Example, broccoli, cabbage, onion, asparagus, spinach, and meat, fish, poultry. Raw foods contain enzymes and vitamins that are destroyed when exposed to high temperatures. The raw food rule is not to heat food above 40 to 47 Celsius if you want to protect heat-sensitive nutrition. Raw foods can help boost our immune system and provide our bodies with more energy and stamina. Raw foods are rich in antioxidants, phytonutrients, and vitamins help protect our body from free
Raw foods rich in antioxidants, phytonutrients, and vitamins help protect the body from free radicals, which attack healthy cells. Science also suggests that eating more raw foods can help to maintain a healthy body weight. Fats that are often used to cook food slow you down as they require long.
Science also suggests that eating more raw foods can help to maintain a healthy body weight. Fats are often used to cook food slow you down. Fats are often used to cook food slow you down as they require long periods of time to digest, which steals energy away from your body. Many raw foods ingest easily. Raw foods, let me just highlight as I go. Boost our immune system. Raw foods can help nutrients. Raw
foods can help nourish the liver
and enable it to carry out important tasks more efficiently, such as balancing blood sugars, reducing cravings, and eliminating extra hormones. So nourishing the liver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The staple ingredients of various raw foods are rich in carbohydrates, waters, good fats, vitamins, and minerals. When a food's enzymes are altered during the cooking process, more enzymes are required from our bodies to digest it. Okay. What are some risks with raw food intake? If raw vegetables and fruits are not cleaned properly, you could become ill eating them. Eating certain raw foods can lead to foodborne illnesses. Overconsumption of raw food leads to gas and bloating. Provide an example of raw food-based recipe. List the recipe name, ingredients, and portions, and why it is healthy/nutritious. Guacamole, avocado, cilantro, jalapeno, red onion, tomato, lemon juice, and salt. Avocado, cilantro, jalapeno, red onion, tomato, lemon juice, salt. Avocado, cilantro, jalapeno, red onion, tomato, fresh lemons, and salt. Tablespoon. Cucumber, tomato salad. Plant-based dried basil, cucumber, oregano, parsley, powdered garlic, red onions, tomatoes, lemon juice, maple syrup, mustard, spices. Define carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the number one source of fuel for your body. They provide half of your body's energy. Carbohydrates, or carbs, are sugar along with fats and protein. Sugar molecule along with fats and proteins. Carbohydrates are one of the three main nutrients found in foods and drinks. Your body breaks down carbohydrates into glucose. How much of your body's energy do carbohydrates provide? They provide half of your energy. What's the most important organ powered by the carbohydrates? Your brain. What are 3 examples of carbohydrates-rich food? What are 3 examples of carbohydrate-rich food? Please give examples. Starch, potatoes, bread, cereal. 3 examples of carbohydrates. Starches, potatoes, bread, cereal. Sugars, banana, sweet potatoes, beetroot, oranges, grain, seeds, oats, buckwheat. Examples. Explain and describe the difference between simple and complex carbs. Simple carbs, these are broken down quicker by the body and to be used as energy. They can be found in fruits, dairy, honey, and maple syrup. Complex carbs are made of sugar molecules that are structured together in long complex chains. These are found in foods such as peas, beans, whole grains, and vegetable. What is more healthy, simple carbs or complex carbs?
According to Healthline, complex carbs pack in more nutrients than simple carbs. They're higher in fiber and digest more slowly. This also makes them more filling, which means they're a good option for weight control.
Yeah. What are two types of fiber with examples? Soluble, dissolves in water, and acid in lowering cholesterol, found in oats, peas, beans, carrots, etc. Insoluble, does not dissolve in water, and is left intact as food moves throughout the gastration tract. What are the... Alright, I'm gonna have to... Alright. Let's see. Gotta get through this quick.
What is the difference between disaccharides and polysaccharides? Called polysaccharides. Poly equals many. Polysaccharides are made up of many monosaccharide chains. Disaccharides, made up of a combination of glucose plus another monosaccharide. What disaccharides?
This is very complicated. Oh my god. This is hell. Oh my god. Ready? What
disaccharides make up the following? Table salt, malt sugar.
What? Glucose plus glucose. Fructose plus fructose. Glucose plus fructose equals sucrose, table sugar. Glucose plus glucose equals maltose, malt sugars. Glucose plus glucose. Lactose equals lactose, milk sugar. Freshman 15 is where you gain 15 pounds due to the stress and eating habits of shit. What purpose does protein serve? Are substance that the body uses to they repair cells. Protein repairs cells. They are required to grow and fight diseases. Best type of protein you can eat. Protein is found in muscle, bone.
Different categories of protein. Categories of healthier proteins include seafood, poultry, dairy products, beans, nuts, seeds, and tofu soy.
Okay, so so what different categories of protein are there? Categories of okay. Categories of healthier proteins include seafood, poultry, dairy products, beans, nuts / seeds, and tofu. Where are proteins found throughout the body? Under the body in muscles, bones, hair, vital tissue. Alright. Let me read this. Let me read you, my friend. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Okay. What are different categories of protein? Categories of healthier proteins include seafood, poultry, dairy products, beans, nuts / seeds, and tofu / soy. Where is protein found throughout the body? Protein is found throughout the body in muscle, bone, skin, hair, and virtually every other part of body part or tissue. That up. Good job. Trophy. Consumption. Okay, that's probably from my slideshow, I'm assuming. Nope, that's not it. Shit. Okay, let's go again. Protein, thesis, protein project. Okay. What did I say about overconsumption? Happens to you when you have too much. Okay. Okay. Let me get up. Okay. Okay, perfect. I might go there. Okay. So what must consumers be aware of when it comes to protein overconsumption? This will affect your metabolism by slowing it down, your strength, which makes it harder for you to balance, and your skin, hair, and nails will start having problems like hair thinning, fading hair color loss, hair loss, biting nails. What's the difference between complete and incomplete proteins? Meats contain all sorts of essential amino acids, therefore called complete proteins. Plant source foods contain one selection of essential amino acids, therefore they're incomplete proteins because they only have selection of amino acids. What are amino acids? How many are known? How many can... Okay, let's read this. What are amino acids? How are they known? What can the body make versus how many are considered essential? Amino acids are the building blocks of protein. Smaller units that are made up proteins. There are 22 known amino acids. Your body can make 13. And the other 9 are considered essential, which means you must get them from food. Why is water considered essential? What are the health benefits does it serve? Well, water is essential for life progression, including energy production. Water is considered the number 1 vital nutrients, and 65% of our total body weight is water. Near all of the body chemicals take place in water. Just want to make sure. Oh, I kind of want some water now. Oh, I think I ran out of my water bottle. I'm gonna have to get some more. I think I'm almost done too. Yeah, 4 pages left. And then I think I'll skim through them. I'll probably end up writing them up all tonight. Writing them over and over on paper. Let's check the water stuff. Give me one more. Oh, that'd be quick. Okay, I'm just gonna take a quick second. Break. Don't. Give me more. Let's do more here. I've been crocheting, so I'm trying to get back into my crocheting. Okay, I did 1 stitch. That's my rule. 1 stitch if you want to do it. I'm gonna have my banana sandwich. I'm hungry. And also I like to have my cucumbers. So I'm having a snack. Healthy cucumbers. Okay, sorry, I'm done. I was like uber duper hungry. Maybe I want a carrot. Yeah, I want a carrot too. Give me a sec. How do you feel about these carrots? Oh no, they do not taste right. Oh. Okay. What are the different sources of water in our diets? Water, juice, soup, and vegetables. Fruits and other things as well. What are the different functions of water does it serve? Helps in digest and process, removes body waste, urine and bowel movements, regulates body temperature, lubrication in joints and cushions, organ and tissue. What are some drinking requirements? What are some of the different water drinking requirements? You're required to at least have 8 glasses of water a day. You should be drinking 50 to 70% of your body weight in ounces. When you work out in a hot climate, have a fever or sick, your body requires more water. Some people drink Gatorade as an alternative. Fats are nutrients in food that the body uses to build nerve tissue. It is used to build nerve tissue. The body is also used fat as fuel. If fats aren't eaten, If fats eaten aren't burned as energy or used as building blocks, they are stored in the body as fat cells. This is the body's way of thinking ahead by saving fat for future use. The body plans for times when food might be scarce. 5 reasons why fats are considered unhealthy. Essential for growth of your body. It's essential for your growth of your body, like your brain, nervous system, and development. Fats supply fuels for the body, which allows us to function with enough energy. But growth, fat supplies fuel for the body, absorbs vitamin A, C, and K, helps build hormone, reduces and becomes insulates body tissue. Fat is a great source of energy, but but may worry some consumers. Why? Fat is a great source of energy, but has amount of calories compared with the same amount of carbohydrates or proteins. 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. 1 gram of carbohydrates or protein is 4 calories. List and describe 3 types of fats. Use details when necessary. Oh, that's my Band-Aid. Unsaturated fats found in plant foods and fish. These fats are seen as neutral, even beneficial to heart health. The types of unsaturated fats are skewed, found in avocados, oats, peanuts. Found in most vegetable oils. Omega-3 fats, acids, a type of saturated fats found in meat and other animal butter. Trans fats found in margarine, How do you calculate the percentage of fats in foods? Divide the number of calories back over. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. guess studying for my math test will be in the morning, so there's nothing much I can do. I'm just burnt out, tired. Okay, let's see. Let me watch a video while I wait. Oh, Philly Day. I'm very bored.
Starting April 14th.
Sup, you beautiful bastards. Welcome back to the Philip Franco Show. Buckle up, make sure you hit that like button, otherwise we'll punch you in the throat, and let's just jump into it. Starting with Meet Ohio bus driver Jackie Miller.
How much more do you think anybody can freaking take? Shut your mouth. I don't want to hear another goddamn word out of your mouth.
So late last month, she was driving a school bus full of junior high students when she smelled perfume, which she said brought back memories from a month prior when a student sprayed perfume, triggering her allergies and causing an asthma attack, with her reportedly warning them to please not spray it again. But this time, she apparently had enough of these kids' bullshit, so she just stopped the bus, marched down the aisle, and the rest was caught on camera by one of the students.
Son, I'm gonna start kicking some fucking serious ass. Do you hear me? My foot's gonna be so far up your goddamn ass, it's gonna dangle at your goddamn nose. God dang it, I can fucking smell it. I'm allergic to this shit. I'm done with it. I'm ready to walk off this goddamn bus right now and let you people walk the fuck home.
So the video, which I'll link down to below because these are just snippets, it goes absolutely viral, prompting Miller to resign. But aside from the school statement condemning her outburst, we actually had a ton of people supporting her. People all across the country rallying behind her, calling themselves Team Bus Driver, and in just a week and a half have raised over $100,000 for her retirement fund. And so with this, of course, the question I gotta pass off to you: whose team you on? Are you Team Bus Driver, or do you think she went too far? And then we've got massive news to talk about with that 6-year-old that shot his teacher. Which, in case you missed it, we've been talking about this since it happened back in January. A 6-year-old brought a gun to
Oh
school
my
in
God,
Newport Beach,
I
Virginia,
remember
and
this.
shot his teacher, 25-year-old Abigail Zwerner. With Abigail having since filed a lawsuit for $40
This is
million
fucked up.
accusing the school administration of negligence. Because
We
one,
don't
they
have this
repeatedly
problem
warned
in my
the child
country
had a
for a
firearm
reason,
throughout the
and we
day
have the
and
same
didn't act.
laws
And
as
two,
you
they
guys.
didn't act despite knowing that the child has a history of random acts of violence, and that is putting it lightly. In a previous show, we went through the list of alleged incidents, and it's wild that it got to this point. As far as the boy who shot the teacher, we knew that he wasn't going to get charges. With the Newport News Commonwealth's attorney saying they weren't pursuing charges because he's just too young to understand, which led to the bigger question of, okay, is something going to happen with the parents? And boom, the other shoe is now dropped, with a grand jury indicting the boy's mother on one charge of felony child neglect and a misdemeanor charge of recklessly leaving a loaded firearm so as to endanger a child. The mother's attorney saying she'll be turning herself in later this week and to expect more details then. And this notably after the boy's family had previously said that they keep the gun locked up and out of reach of children, the police having yet to officially confirm how the boy got the gun or whether it was secured as the family claimed. And Abigail's attorney saying that they welcome these charges, but more people beyond the mother were responsible for the situation, specifically saying there were failures in accountability at multiple levels that led to Abby being shot and almost killed. Today's announcement addresses but one of those failures. Our lawsuit makes clear that we believe the school division violated state law, and we are pursuing this in civil court. We will not allow school leaders to escape accountability for their role in this tragedy. And while yeah, you could say that those lawyers are chasing money, I also think rightfully so. If everything alleged is as it seems, how are they not responsible? This appears to be the definition of negligence. And then in entertainment news, in online drama news, we should talk about the massive creator and streamer that is Gideon. That's because Gideon yesterday tweeted out that there is a warrant for his arrest in Houston. And as for why, he claimed that it was for a prank video that he made with a creator by the name of Dami that was posted back in February titled "My College Professor Rejected Me," with him appearing to film it on Valentine's Day and interrupting a professor's class so Dami could give her flowers and a heart balloon, even though she clearly does not want them there. They keep interrupting her, following her around, kind of causing chaos until she says,
"Baby,
UHPD is about to be your Valentine.
Oh,
Take this.
please, just please, please, please.
Seriously, I'm not
No, just take,
kidding.
just take it, just take, just take."
and as this thing keeps going, she threatens to call the police. With the whole incident moving outside as they bother her while she's on the phone, either with security or the police. But the video also ends before any officers get there, so it's unclear if they actually responded. As far as Gideon, he has given people interesting updates, saying the warrant is specifically for criminal trespassing. He was also taunting the Houston Police Department on Twitter, tweeting, "I'm back and in Houston and ain't nothing HPD can do about it. 10K likes in 10 minutes, I'll take a pic in front of the HPD." With him then posting a photo holding a sign that's the same as his caption saying L plus ratio. Also, with this, you had some people saying that he was faking it, or that there was no actual warrant, he's just doing it for clout. So we actually contacted officials in Harris County, where Houston's located, but they couldn't give further detail. Though, even with that, we did find an active misdemeanor warrant against him for criminal trespass on the Harris County Sheriff's Office website. And with this, I will say, this story is a late addition. And everything we've heard so far, it's from one side, we're trying to confirm the validity of the warrant and everything happening. But what I will say is whether or not Houston police are actively looking for him, there is a conversation to be had about YouTube pranks getting out of hand. And I'm not talking about like just disrupting classes. There was a YouTuber just last week that's known for pranks who was filming out at a mall who got shot. With a YouTuber, Tanner Cook, reportedly saying, "I was playing a prank and a simple practical joke, and this guy didn't take it very well. The guy that shot him being charged with using a firearm in relation to the felony discharging a firearm within a building." While Cook is absolutely lucky he's still alive, with the Washington Post reporting that on Friday, a top prosecutor reviewed the video of the YouTube prankster. And reportedly at that time, they could not rule out charging Cook with a crime. And Cook's father reportedly responding to this news by saying, "If you're going to bring charges against my son, go bring charges against TV celebrities and prank shows. And everybody else, all the videos of people getting punked on social media. Let's make it so no one can do that anymore." With the prosecutor also adding, in the footage, Cook approaches the shooter in the mall's food court area, gets close to him, and follows him for approximately 60 to 90 seconds. Then saying the person told Cook to stop several times and tried to walk away, but then shooting Cook in the abdomen. With the prosecutor noting, you don't know the recipient of this type of prank, where they are, or what their trauma might be. They may receive it as being a threat, but also adding nothing that I am saying absolves the shooter for what he did. But as far as how all this is going to shake out, or even with the Gideon situation, we're going to have to wait and see. And of course, in the meantime, I'd love to know your thoughts. And then, if you live in rainy conditions or you're heading to a destination with unpredictable weather, your best move is to have the shoe that you can go anywhere with. And that's exactly where the fantastic sponsor of today's show, Vessi, comes in. Vessi's boardwalk sneakers have been great for playing in the rainy weather with my boys, and the best thing I packed for last week's getaway. Because Vessi's are lightweight, waterproof, and snowproof, so you can enjoy a relaxing walk in any weather. And more importantly, they're just really the clutch shoe for when you go on vacation. They look great. The low cut goes with almost any fit that you can think of. With different colorways, you can pick the right look for you. The boardwalk sneakers are laceless, and you can move around without being constricted by the rain boots. But also what I really love are the people at Vessi, helping to support programs to create fresh water where it's needed most around the world. Not to mention funding programs that help shape the next generation of water protectors. So go check out the Vessi Boardwalk and other styles at Vessi.com/DeFranco and get 15% off your entire order. Go get your style and size now. And then in business news, we need to talk about weight loss and health because there's so much going on right now, some exciting, some concerning, which makes absolute sense because it is a massive industry. In 2022, reportedly, there were $76 billion in sales in the diet industry. With that number reportedly including a range of things like weight loss, medical programs, diet foods, gym memberships. Most recently, there's been a huge focus on drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy, which is also part of the reason we're seeing former titans in this industry changing things up, actively trying not to become the blockbuster of their world. Weight Watchers, for example, their memberships have just been dwindling. Last year only having 3.5 million members, down from 5 million in 2020. And so what did Weight Watchers do? They bought and acquired a pharmaceutical-based clinical subscription service, meaning they'll be able to offer telehealth options for these medications to their existing millions of customers and their over 20 million former customers. And the stock market absolutely loved this news, with Weight Watchers shares jumping over 50% today. There's a very big news that I know has left some people divided, especially regarding the controversies around Wegovy. Then on the other bit of weight loss news, we're seeing headlines like losing weight might kill you. And that's because of this revelation published just yesterday, looking at around 2,000 adults in the US and Australia. So I think a key thing to keep in mind is that most of the people in this were over the age of 70, though some were
Okay,
just older than
taking
55.
my
But they found that
break.
for older adults, weight loss is actually higher mortality rates. With them saying that goes for all starting weights, even people who were obese at the beginning of the study. With weight loss, even as small as 5% found to increase the risk of death, especially in older men. All of this reportedly controlling for health issues from the start, excluding people who had conditions like cardiovascular disease, dementia, physical disabilities, or chronic illness. But before you start requesting some Daddy DeFranco's double cheese, and then in international news, tens of thousands of junior doctors in the UK walked off the job today, and we're already seeing massive impact. Right, and this after just 1 month ago, some 60,000 junior doctors briefly went on a strike, canceling around 175,000 appointments. But this new demonstration is going to be longer, lasting 4 days until 7 a.m. on Saturday. And some saying this could be the most disruptive demonstration in the history
Wow.
of the NHS. The health services boss is estimating some 350,000 operations and appointments
Jesus
have to be canceled, with other staff also having to be trapped in emergency services, critical care, and maternity care. Which, hey, underlines just how essential these junior doctors are to the NHS. They're practically the backbone, making up almost half of all NHS doctors. Yet according to the doctors' trade union, newly qualified medics make just over £14 per hour, which is why they're asking for a 35% raise to make up for inflation. But just like last time, the government's health secretary says, hey, this demand is just unaffordable. Though saying he's willing to negotiate if the strike's called off. But I really don't see that happening, because the whole point of this demonstration is to say, hey, we understand things cost. If the government continues down this road of inaction, or they listen to our demands, they meet us. Either way, there is a very real cost. And over these next 4 days, we're going to give you a little preview of that. And I'll also add, like is often the case, I'm on the side of the workers here. Like for people in the healthcare industry, teachers, pretty much anyone that got like a pat on the back and they were praised as a hero during the pandemic, how are you not furious every fucking day? How everyone thanked you, said we loved you, you're heroes, and then the moment things got less scary, everyone was like, we can treat you like shit again. You have enough. Don't be greedy. It's just a reminder that everything, which of course includes people's feelings, it's temporary, it's conditional, and you gotta look out for you. Which is also, I think, anything bad that happens during this strike that they're gonna try and put on these people that are just trying to get a wage that makes sense, that shouldn't fall at their feet, that should fall at the feet of the government. And then, the situation, the civil war in Myanmar, it's giving us new horrific extremes by the day. Since the military overthrew the elected government back in February of 2021, it's been embroiled in a war against a patchwork of opposition militias across the country. And today, one of those militias held a gathering to celebrate the opening of an office in the Northwest.
Describe and explain two differences. Describe and explain difference between the new and the old guy.
Several of the deceased were resistance fighters, but claiming most were civilians, with photos on social media showing burned and mutilated bodies as well as flattened buildings and vehicles, with witnesses and independent media reporting at least 100 dead, including at least 30 children, making this the deadliest attack since the coup. With this, to also give you key background, this internal conflict isn't new in Myanmar. The government has battled armed ethnic groups since declaring independence from Britain back in 1948. Since the military repressed peaceful protests following the coup, pro-democracy forces have allied with some of those ethnic groups to resist the military's rule. They've put up this extraordinarily united front. Well, we've seen the response of the military going on this ruthless terror campaign to squash the rebels and slaughtering civilians in the process. Airstrikes like the one we talked about today actually being commonplace, on top of soldiers burning down villages and raping women. Each day, each week, each month, there's another horror story. Like last month, you saw the regime reportedly massacring at least 22 people, including monks in a Buddhist monastery. Back in October, they bombed an outdoor concert killing at least 80 people, including the musicians. It's being estimated that over 3,000 civilians have died since the coup 2 years ago. And that's in addition to things like 1.4 million people being displaced from their homes.
Oh no. So bad.
Relax. Your heart's in good hands from door to door.
I can make anything you want up here on that TV.
How about wizards?
Wizards! Did you like my trick?
I saw the remote.
Search endless titles with the magical Ignite TV voice remote, only with Rogers.
Alright, my little sweet potatoes. The day that we've been simultaneously dreading and dreaming of is finally here. Our favorite show has ended. And even though I'm heartbroken that we don't have any more new Owl House episodes to look forward to, I'm so grateful for how much happiness this series has given all of us. The Owl House is really a show that makes you feel seen, no matter what kind of weirdo you are. I I never wanted this series to end me to not be excited. I'm taking you through the ending of the final episode, Watching and Dreaming, to explain how Luz ultimately defeated Belos and where the Hexside gang ended up after graduation. You're watching Whitney Vision, and this is the ending of the Owl House Explained. This is your spoiler warning! Seriously, this is the worst episode in the history of episodes to have spoiled for you, so close Twitter, hit pause on this video, and come back
I'm so
when you're
happy I
done
didn't
watching
have
and
this
reading.
spoiled
Just a
for
heads
me.
up,
It was
we're
so
gonna be doing
good.
a full in-depth frame-by-frame breakdown on the entire episode later in the week, so stay tuned. But for now, let's briefly go over the ending and get into the nitty-gritty of the epilogue. Despite the fact that the Bad Girl Coven empathetically worked together to help the Collector understand kindness and forgiveness, Belos was still a lost cause. He dragged his sludge all the way to the Titan's heart, where he face planted straight into it, infecting the still beating organ. Unfortunately, the Bad Girl Coven's powers, and even the Collector's forgiveness, weren't enough to stop his souped-up powers, and his horrifying, beastly dragon form ends up infecting Luz with his rot. Like Anne Boonchoy before her, Luz ends up dying temporarily from Belos' curse, teaching the Collector the bittersweet lesson of sacrifice and loss. Although it appears that her body dissolves into floating balls of light, Luz somehow travels to the realm in between, where Papa Titan scoops her out of the darkness before she descends for good. When she opens her eyes, King's dad is standing before her, obviously rocking some sweet, sweet BCG merch, along with a pair of glyph-printed pajama bottoms. If the Mystery Shack is listening, please, please make those a reality. The fans need comfy Titan PJs. We also got confirmation that the Titan is in fact gender fluid, as he refers to himself as a king and queen, the best of both worlds. Before he's fully taken over by Belos and fades away for good, King's dad imbues Luz with the last of his powers, encouraging her to choose herself by accepting. After adorably telling Luz to tell King that he loathes him, the perfect bread pun, he disappears, and Luz is transported back to the Isles to confront Belos. With her sick new powers, Titan makeover, and the support and guidance of King, Ida, and Stringbean, Luz is able to kick that a-hole's hiney to next Tuesday, healing the Isles and stopping the Emperor's reign of terror for good. Although Philip Whittabane tries to appeal to Luz's humanity in his old-school meat suit, Ida, Rain, and King give him the stomping he deserves. Kindness and forgiveness are great, but so are King's cute little kickies. Side quest, we'll definitely talk about it way more in the full breakdown, but how badass is Luz's anime Hot Topic look? I'm never getting over how cool it is. I think I know what all of our Halloween costumes are gonna be this year, folks. Sadly, when the Titan leaves Luz, his magic dies with him, removing all traces of his glyphs from the Boiling Isles. In her bittersweet triumph, Luz takes a moment to reflect on the importance of the glyph's magic in her life, and attributing it as being a foundational element in her growth. In a lot of ways, this is metaphorical for the show itself, and storytelling in a wider sense. Like Azura for Luz or the Owl House for us, stories can become formative parts of our being, helping us discover pieces of ourselves in ways the day-to-day world around us doesn't foster. Or worse, diffuse lessons. When you fall in love with a piece of media, it's like learning a new language. Obviously, fandom spaces can be a mixed bag, but the best parts of a fandom, that's finding others that speak your language. Personally, that's one of the reasons I love making videos so much. At times, it feels like being an anthropologist, trying to dust off fragmented pieces to a Rosetta Stone that's the key for a language no one truly knows how to speak yet. Coming here and sharing my thoughts and theories and translations and then hearing everyone else's is a spark in the darkness at times. And once you spend long enough
They never figured out who Azura was, like
you
who
have
was
the
the
tools to
writer.
share and create subculture with like-minded weirdos. Weirdos you can send inside jokes to, or write fan fiction with, or make games for. There are so many wonderful moving cogs to this series, but one of my favorites, and perhaps the one least talked about, is the Owl House's love for fan culture. It's a core theme in the pilot, it's a catalyst to Lumity's relationship, and in many ways, it's the reason the show works so well. We wouldn't have all those hidden codes or intriguing character mysteries without a production team that loves storytelling from the perspective of being fans who love storytelling. So here, for Luz, the Owl House crew, and for us fans, the Titan's magic ending signifies the end of a chapter in our little communities and lives. We've become experts in a dying field. It's not the end of the world, but it is sad knowing that there's nothing new to learn, and that the comfort we were once afforded by wild magic will fade over time. The important lesson here is to carry what we've learned about ourselves and the friendships we've made from this little story forward, as the next chapters in our lives unfold. And as we can see at the end of the episode, there will always be new stories and languages to learn as time marches on.
Oh no.
You deserve a vacation. Reward yourself with the Scotiabank Passport.
Despite having finally made their first real friends in King and Luz, the collector decides to return to the stars. But of course they don't go alone. King ends up gifting the collector his beloved Francois and tells them that he hopes he sees them again soon. But now let's talk about what we really came here to talk about. The incredible epilogue that the Owl House crew clearly poured so much love and effort into. It begins with Luz packing up all of her Good Witch Azura merch, mirroring the beginning of the series when she felt obligated to gather up all of her most prized possessions and say goodbye. But with all the weirdo acceptance she's learned over the past several years, of course it's completely different now. She's packing them up to take to college with her, something that Andy clearly didn't know was an option in Toy Story 3. In addition to her Azura merch, we can see her Grom Queen crown, Tamagotchi, Ida's Letterman jacket, and a scroll with a red seal. I'm wondering if this scroll might be the prophecy from Adagast she received back in the second episode, although I'm not sure why she'd keep that. Perhaps as a reminder that she's in control of her destiny? On her desk, we see Luz's acceptance letter to the University of Wild Magic, and she'll be moving into dorm room 406B on August 21st. Her desk shows her and Amity's initials carved in the upper right-hand corner, and her to-buy list for college includes a laptop, sheets, a laundry bin, and an umbrella to combat those pesky boiling raindrops. On her bulletin board, Luz has a Gravesfield Ghouls flag from her human high school, a photo of her and V hugging at graduation held up by a bisexual flag heart pin, and a certificate for the Gravesfield Writing Scholarship, signed by none other than creator Dana Terrace. There's also an A+ on a writing assignment with a sticker of Polly from Amphibia at the top, as well as tickets to Comic-Con and a 3D showing of the new Azura movie. But obviously, the photos she has hanging are the best part. We get to see tiny snapshots of her life over the last 3 years, including the coffee barista from yesterday's live who might lose a hand feeding Hootie, Luz, Camilla, and V at the zoo with those terrifying giraffes, King, Ida, and Luz on Grom Night, Ida and Camilla doing some mom bonding over glasses of apple blood, Luz with Amity stargazing on the roof of the Owl House, a team photo of the Emerald Entrails with Flapjack, a light glyph, King, Ida, and Hootie playing baseball, and a photo from a more recent Grom that features the whole gang. In the corner of Luz's bedroom, we can see Stringbean's little sleeping quarters, complete with a mouse chew toy. Camilla, who is still adorably rocking her heart-shaped pride pin all these years later, asks Luz to help her wrap some Maduros, a sweet fried plantain dish. Luz reveals that, true to her character, she's choosing to major in everything in college, just like she did when she decided to study multiple tracks in her early days at Hexside. The majors available at the University of Wild Magic include Ancient Glyphs and Combos, which, to be fair, she's already kind of a specialist in, Boiling Isles History, Boiling Biology, Thaumaturgy, which historically means miracle performing, but probably just means general magic casting in this case, Abomination Engineering, Curses 101, and etc. Betcha $10 that if you actually unfurled the full list of Luz's majors, it would be longer than the collector's favorite bedtime story. Luz's new, more grown-up design features the striped shirt from her beta design, as well as a sick jacket stylized with a snake wrapping around it to represent Stringbean. With that new, more androgynous haircut, paired with the colors of her purple and white shirt, the golden color of her pants, and her white, black, purple, and yellow shoes, I wonder if this is a hint that Luz may identify as non-binary now. Although her outfit features colors from the non-binary flag, as of writing this, it hasn't been confirmed by the staff, and I don't want to make assumptions about the way that Luz identifies, so I'm going to keep using the pronouns she, her. She's also wearing Amity's necklace, and has several patches on her pants featuring the Potions, Bard, Abomination, and Combo Glyph magic symbols, most likely sewed on by Hunter. Speaking of Hunter, Luz also got a tattoo on her left bicep to commemorate Flapjack, and we find out shortly after that the rest of the Hexside gang has gotten one too. V's new time hop look shows her wearing a t-shirt that represents her two homes, the human world and the demon realm. Later on in the epilogue, we learn that this is the symbol for the human and demon realm exchange program. Behind her, we can see a photo of Stringbean dressed as a cute little pumpkin for Halloween, as well as a pic of V and Luz celebrating a win on the baseball field. And surprise! That old house in the woods was not only purchased and refurbished once again, this time by Camilla, but a brand new full-time portal has been installed. My guess is that the collector did this for them the next time he stopped by the Isles to say hi to King. We follow Albert into the demon realm, mirroring the way we first discovered the entrance to the Boiling Isles with Luz all the way back in episode 1. Albert meets up with Willow in the sky, who's wearing an Emerald Entrails jersey, clutching a green flyer derby flag as she and Clover head to find Hunter, who, oh yeah, is totally her boyfriend now. Hunt low confirmed, baby! It also turns out that one of my finale predictions was right. Hunter ends up becoming a palisman carver, working alongside Dell, Gwendolyn, and of course the Bat Queen and her children, who also each developed their own unique style since we last saw them. Not gonna lie, they look exactly like the people that I went to Warp Tour with back in 2007. Hunter is carving an axolotl palisman for a more grown-up Braxis, who now has braces and is rocking colors from both the healing and construction tracks of magic. Like Caleb would have been before him, Hunter's decided to become a woodworker. And we also get what I think is pretty strong evidence that he's also related to the Clawthorns, because it seems like he's taking over the family business from Dell. Back and thanks to them, Hunter proclaimed that all he wanted to do was carve palisman as he was rejecting Belos' mind control. And his career choice is also clearly a lifelong dedication to the memory of Flapjack. Some of the other palisman he's carved include a capybara, a toucan, a worm, a sloth, a frog, a manta ray, an anglerfish, and a hamster with devil horns. Keeping with the Clawthorns bird theme, Hunter even has a new palisman. A blue jay that Dana confirmed on Twitter is named Waffles. And y'all, Hunter looks so well rested these days. The dark circles under his eyes have disappeared, and it's so wholesome to see that he's finally at peace. He's also advanced a lot in his style. Our guy is rocking patches head to toe, and judging by the looks of the rest of his friends' clothing, my guess is that he's also been sprucing up their wardrobes with his sewing. I'm so sorry, but I just have to take a second to say that I've never seen a cartoon with the exact same favorite hobby as me. And these last 3 episodes featuring Hunter's patches and wolf shirts have made me feel so seen. I also force patch jackets on all of my friends as gifts. It's literally the only thing I do in my free time. Hunter's patches include an abomination symbol for Darius, an illusion symbol for his best buddy Gus, and the Emerald Entrails logo to support Willow. His red shoes feature gold lightning bolts to represent the speedy teleporting powers he received from Flapjack. Hunter was most likely the originator for the idea to get Flapjack tattoos, and unlike the rest of his friends who place their tattoos on the left sides of their bodies, Hunter has his etched on his right wrist in place of his old coven sigil. This is truly the most fitting cover-up tattoo, because in the end, Belos and the Emperor's coven were never his family. But Flapjack was actually everything to Hunter Belos claimed to be. Willow and Hunter pay their respects at Flapjack's gravesite, and y'all, I could not stop crying when I read the inscription on his tombstone. It says, "Thank you for finding me." And all I could think about was how truly different things would have been if his little red cardinal buddy had never shown up for him. Flapjack was ultimately able to do what no one else could at the time, teach Hunter the real meaning of compassion and unconditional love outside of Belos' manipulations. Flying over the Bonesboro marketplace, we see an older Morton, the potions dealer, as well as Basha running a Grudgeby gear shop. Mathalomule's Manthalomule stash is still trying its best, and he even has a cool S tattoo, finally solving the mystery of who put up that graffiti in For the Future. Some fans have pointed out that Mathalomule's older brother is Steve, who he looks up to dearly, so this could be an S in honor of his bro. Also, that makes the S graffiti so much more sad. Little dude was just trying to find his brother in the collector's chaos. Mathalomule's head of construction renovation for the library, and apparently Kikimora is now working as his subordinate. The outside of the library now features a large circular stained glass window that appears to represent the collector with respect to their complicated history and reconciliation. Lilith is head librarian, and she unfurls her plans for adding a museum wing, complete with handy reminders scribbled on like, "Space for student exhibits? Must call Bump," and "Note to self, write to Flora to show off." Speaking of Flora, recently revealed behind-the-scenes art from Hollow Minds confirms that Belos had been using Flora to manipulate Lilith all along. In happier news, Lilith has finally gotten a place to show off her love of Deadwardian-era ballisters, her big project from Elsewhere and Elsewhen. Of course, this section will be curated by none other than Hootzifer. The library will also have a hall for Titan research, and while Brett thinks that the note at the bottom left-hand corner is supposed to say, "Discover blank with blankety blank, maybe," I chose to read it as, "Disco with blank, maybe." Who does Lilith want to disco with? Wrong answers in the comments only. A few moments later, we'll also see that Lilith has made peace with her half of her and her sister's shared curse too, and can transform into a harpy just like Ida. Amity arrives in a cat-shaped abomination air balloon ship, a callback to the way that Luz reshaped her family's abomination butler in Escaping Expulsion. Our favorite cotton candy-haired goddess appears to be some kind of badass Indiana Jones, Lara Croft-esque adventurer mashup, collecting important artifacts for Lilith's exhibits. The book she brings back looks to be further lore about the Archivists and Titans, as well as information about how the Titan bestowed wild magic to which kind. Amity's flapjack tattoo is on her left forearm, and she's also gotten a really cool undercut that shows her brown hair peeking out from underneath her purple ponytail. She has multiple pieces of Grom Queen tiara shards holding her hair back, and my question is, did she just win every Grom nom for the rest of her high school career? At the newly rebuilt Hexside, we find Skara showing her bard skills off by playing the harp for a group of young demons. At the time I'm writing this, I'm not sure if any of these little guys are meant to be depictions of TOH crew members, but that tiny fluff is too specific not to be a crew member's cutie. In the next shot, though, we can see a confirmed Witch Sonav production associate Rebecca Rose leaning out the window with a smoking vase. It turns out that Barkus is her professor, teaching her a combination of plant, abomination, and potion magic. It also looks like the former healing track teacher, Miss Jenkinmeyer, has been promoted to school principal. She welcomes a student that looks exactly like the show's creator, Dana Terrace, complete with a shark tattoo on her arm and an owl house pin on her beanie. Little Dana is also rocking the colors of the former Abomination and Construction Covens, which is extremely fitting for the world builder of this freaky demon show we've come to love so much. Bump looks like he's retired, or at least partially retired, as he tends to his garden. In previous episodes, he's joked about only being 300 years away from retirement, but after being turned into a puppet for the Collector, I can see why he decided to move on sooner than expected. On his apron, you can also see a little hooty flower patch, and I'd bet a million snails that Hunter sewed it on for him. Alador Blight is finally using his abomination invention powers for good, helping a group of healers at a hospital in Latissa, including Gerbo, Bo, Viney, and Emera, reverse Belos' forced coven sigil seals. Rain, Darius, and Eber are also here supervising, and Darius is so excited that he shakes Alador to celebrate their success. This feels like a strong hint that these two cuties have a flirtationship, possibly stemming from their former days as classmates at Hexside. Alador's also wearing 3 pins on his apron to represent Edric, Emera, and Amity, and he has a little guy abomination right in his pocket. Interestingly, it looks like Rain's face is now scarred from Belos' evil sludge just like Hunter's. But the cutest part of Rain's appearance is the fact that they're wearing a pair of Ida's earrings. A few frames later, we actually see Ida wearing Rain's earrings as well. So my question is this the witch version of engagement rings? Do you just swap earrings with the person you love in the demon realm? If so, that is super adorable and I'm 200% here for it. We finally get to see Rain's palisman in this scene, and it's an adorable little fox. I wonder if Hunter carved it for them, or if their palisman was hidden with the Bat Queen so that they wouldn't get turned into a protein shake for Belos during Rain's tenure as the Bard Coven head. And just a quick little recommendation, we recently put out a video speculating on what the rest of the former Coven head's palisman might be, so you should totally check it out. Across the aisles, we see a Slither Beast and her cub playing in the snow at the knee, as well as a Selkie Damas and her pup. As the aisles heal, it's...
I think I'm gonna call it a night.